Welcome to the Combat Avenue Gym. We got JV basketball action. Should be a good one today. We got Bellows Falls in the purple uniforms, MSJ's JV squad in the home whites, and the team that's been steadily improving throughout the season, MSJ is, and today could be their day. And it's going to be Patton with the basketball. She'll go baseline, got sealed off, and then she'll come back to Connor. She'll make the grab. And Patton will handle the ball a lot when she's out on the floor. I also have Galwet out there, handles the ball very well. And she's going to take the first shot of the game, and it'll be off the mark. And a long rebound on the weak side will become MSJ basketball as it goes out of bounds. From Allie Davis. So Davis got there, just ran out of court, and getting 8-minute quarters, overtime if necessary. This is just the opening act. We'll have the varsity action between MSJ and Bellows Falls at a later date on Channel 15. Ojala will get the basketball off the miss by Patton, and Bellows Falls coming out playing a zone defense to start things off with, and that's going to be Steve's going along the baseline to Conley. And one thing I don't know if you've followed the JV team this year, but they're gaining patience. They're making better decisions because they're having a little more patience, and they did a good job of stopping the ball from going any deeper in, and there'll be a turnover as they're trying to get the ball down to number 11 down there, Marissa Smith. So with just about 1 minute played, we've got a scoreless contest, and we'll see no pressure in the backcourt. Usually if a team sets up in that zone, you don't really see a lot of, you can, but a majority of the time you don't see the pressure in the backcourt, especially, at this level. In this type of league right there. There's the cut, Ojala open, and that was really a well-executed play. Ojala just didn't make the finish, but again, they're running their plays better, they're getting used to it, and there's going to be a foul on the drive. Johnny Kelly and Dick Densmore, the officials out there, and John will have the call. There's Megan LeBeau that took the drive, and that's going to be Megan LeBeau going to the free throw line, looking for the first points of the contest in this JV basketball game. And again, MSJ coached by Sue Black this year, her first year at the helm here at the JV level. I'll stop the clock with 6:46 to go in the first quarter, and LeBeau sights the basket and will be, well, I'll tell you what, they missed, but it looked good when it left her hand. She had everything going for it, the arc, the rotation. And one thing that'll be irrelevant but interesting to me is this game was scheduled for a Friday night contest, and because of the tremendously heavy rainstorms and the flooding that took place down on 103, this game got canceled from Friday night to Saturday morning, 11:30 start time. Now 11:30 in the morning to us old guys doesn't sound early, but sometimes it really affects the players because they're used to a routine. And one of the routines isn't playing ball at 11:30 competitively, and maybe practice. Just see how long it takes for teams to get woken up. Again, that was a good offensive set. They just didn't make the basket, and this is going to be Rengwet with the basketball. Rengwet's a senior. She's like an exchange student, and she'll make the basket. Do I have mixed feelings on a senior playing in a JV ball game? I do, but it really doesn't matter what I think. So it's going to be 2-0 Bellows Falls, and we're going to go through the JV roster for Coach Black here. She has Laura Steves, number 4, Olivia Tisdale, 5, Brianna Patton, 10, Christy Ojala wears 13, Caroline Connolly is number 14, Andrea Bizon, 15, and Krista Galwet is 21, and Galwet will play the first, second, and fourth quarter. Is what I kind of eavesdropped in on her and the coach talked about, because she'll split time between varsity and JV. And then again, we're just underway, 2-0 Bellows Falls, almost 2 minutes into the contest. And it's a good time to tell you a couple different things about PEGTV. Number 1, they're located in Building 24 in the House Center. Number 2, their website is www.pegtv.com. And the second thing is, Tom Lampole, the program director, I always want you to know that Saturday o'clock, how's that for a new lingo? Saturday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, he starts playing that week's sports that was handed into him, and it's called Games of the Week. It's a pretty fitting title. And you can start watching local sports all Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. Sometimes he lets it roll right into early Sunday morning before the church services. Boy, Pat made a nice move, got the baseline up, and we're tied at 2. And again, the patience, they let the play develop, and they made the basket, and they've been getting, and I don't say this because I'm a hometown fan, but they've been getting better, and here comes Galwet, and she will be blocked. Wow. Edith Rengwet with the block. And a nice job of not picking up the foul in the process. 13 coming in the basketball game is Courtney Parker for Bellows Falls. Now, they're the Purple Terriers, so I would hope by now you figured out they're in the purple uniforms. I'm showing the home whites. And White Pants got that explosive first step. There's the flash, Conley, and she might have traveled. Yeah, she got blocked going up, and that's a travel up and down, wherever you want to call it. But it'll become Bellows Falls basketball. And we're going to see some pressure now by the Mounties in the backcourt. As that's going to be Galwet, number 21, applying the defensive pressure. And Rengwet and Galwet, and they Boy, had a little collision almost, but the ball ends up in Bellows Falls' hands. Shot taken, no good. It hits the inline out of bounds. Shot was taken by Allie Davis, and it'll become MSJ basketball. And here comes Patton with the ball. And yeah, that was the first time we saw pressure in the backcourt by either side. It was MSJ, and this time the Mounties will turn around and face an open court to bring the ball up. And Steves with the ball. Steves wants the baseline. She'll pull the shot down, and that's a good decision. He'll just play a little toss and catch right now and let the whole process unfold in front of him. Ojala, a little bit short with the shot, and the rebound will be down to Bellows Falls, and they'll get the ball to Ringwet, and again she'll bring it up over the midcourt logo and go up baseline, and that's one of the few times that they'll let the ball go down in low that easy, and it'll go out of bounds off from Connolly of MSJ, and the shot was missed. A little bunny shot was no good, and it'll belong to Bellows Falls. They'll take it out on the baseline, and Davis will bring the ball into play. Connolly will be on to her defensively on the pass. The shot out the catch will go. Nice play. That was Smith, Marissa Smith, with the catch to square the fire and made the bucket. 4-2 Bellows Falls, and see Patton have to take her mouth guard out to call the play. They've got to learn to talk with the mouth guard, and that's because it bugs me. That's the only reason it bugs me. There's no other better reason. And it's a blocking foul on Bellows Falls, and that is the first foul of the contest, and we're 27 seconds away from the midway point of this quarter. So that's, to me, very impressive, because I do a lot of JV ball games where right now we would have had 9 or 10 combined fouls between the two teams. You see Steves, and yeah, they got to get the gapping, and Ojala to Patton. No, she had a good look, and that'll be off from the hands of Gowett, out of bounds into the empty bleachers. And again, JV ball, I'll tell you, they just get overlooked, but sometimes they're the better games between the two, and they're always entertaining. Something before this is over, something goofy will happen. It's just always that way. Now they need some help. Well, great help defense. That was Patton that stepped up off the base of the 2-3 zone, and she's got to get up and down. Courtney Parker changed her mind, going up for the shot, pulled it down. Still 4-2 Bellows Falls, 3:58 to go in the opening quarter of play, and you're watching Munger Vision on PEGTV Channel 15 Sports. Patton will fire the pass to Kylie, then run through the paint. She was followed through the paint, so she wasn't open for the return pass. And Gowett will wheel with a little running one-hander and hit the glass, came down off the back of the rim, and big collision by Gowett. Oh, she got in there, and she got Smith, and see Smith rub her jaw. That was a pretty good collision. And that is the second foul of the game. Oh, they're not going to do the fouls on the board in this game. That stinks. And so Connolly will be on the ball defensively. And Ringwet able to get a hold of that thing. It was kind of a hot potato for a moment, and Ringwet will bring the basketball up and give it off to her teammate. And boy, see Patton stand her ground and take the bump, and Gowett will circle back, get the steal for MSJ. They'll bring the basketball up, looking for the tie here with a bucket. 3-point play would give them the lead, and there's a crossover, and she's going to, boy, that was a great move to go to the left hand. Missed a shot and had a chance, but it just came down, and this is going to be brought down by LeBeau, and LeBeau, didn't see how they stayed with her. That was Steves this time, didn't allow the ball to go down in deep on the dribble, and we're going to bring Ringwet up top, and that's going to be out of play. I think they were looking for Smith, and she turned her back on the pass and was running for the cut, and that'll go out of play. And 22 coming in for Bellows Falls will be Savannah Rentis. Well, maybe this early morning game's affecting my speech. It's not bothering the players at all. And there's Ojala. She'll go back and get it. She didn't panic, and she'll pivot, she'll look, and she'll find Patton. B's on at the scores table. She'll be checking for MSJ at the next opportunity. And Patton went all the way around, gave it to Steves. Oh, I don't know how that didn't go in. But again, they were patient. They executed the play. They let the whole nature take its course, and the play opened up and got it. So Ringwet will get the basket, and it goes 6-2 Bellows Falls. One other key really to MSJ is be in the ball game score-wise. Don't be down by at halftime by 25-26. You stay a lot more competitive with your edge and concentration if you're still in the contest. Well, what a pass around, and got it. We're tied. No, we're not. We're 6-4. Bellows Falls with that 2-point lead. That was Ojala that made the basket. And again, they were patient and let the whole play develop. Tisdale also going to be coming with B's on at the MSJ table, getting set for the score to be able to allow them in. Now that missed shot taken by Ringwet. It'll be brought down by Gowette. So Gowette on the far side. She's at the elbow, and she'll slow things down. And she got sealed off nicely from the baseline. And this is gonna be a 3-ball. Oh, that's gonna be Patton out there raining a 3 in, and MSJ will have their first lead, 7-6. And you know, that's a lot of things too. Like I said, I don't know if you follow their JV games, but a lot of times they'd have the right shot and the right decision, but they were just cold shooters. Now, if some of these shots start to fall, I mean, holy moly. 8-7, Bellows falls as they'll get the little basket off the backboard and in on the 8-foot banker, that mid-range jump shot that's disappeared from the game, and Patton will bring it back, and Gowette will chase it down. She had plenty of time. That 2-3 zone didn't really want to leave it set and pursue the ball, and Gowette with the crossover takes the bump. Yeah, there's the trail, there's the penetration. They'll bring it back to the arc. That's Steve. Steve's will go baseline. There's the catch by, yeah, I'm going to blocking foul. They went to Conley, and she got the blocking foul called against Davis, or a hold, whatever John wants to call it. Yeah, so now Bison and Tisdale will come into the basketball game for MSJ, and that is going to be their first appearance of the basketball game. And they got 7 on the roster now. That was a big change from having 5 or 6 on the roster. They were able to make some more subs and fresher legs, and there's the coast to coast, and no finish this time. The offensive putback, no. And Ringwet, one more time. Yes. Okay, Ringwet making a big difference in the basketball game for Bellows Falls. 10-7, the Purple Terriers with the lead. Now, what MSJ's got to do also is don't panic. You're down by 3. Don't stop being patient. Don't stop making those good decisions. And boy, don't do that. Unforced mistake right there. 3-second call, lane violation. And they'll turn the basketball over. 29 seconds to go. And you can see Patton get on the ball, and they're going to get the ball into Ringwet. And then Gowette's been matched up with Ringwet that whole first quarter. Takes the shot, and no. Long rebound will be on the floor. Tisdale had it, lost it, and there's just nobody wants it right now. And well, they want it, nobody got a handle on it, and we're going to have Tisdale go to the floor, and that's Ringwet. Is it Ringwet? Yes, it is Ringwet getting up. That's quite an athletic move to get up. So 13.5 seconds to go in the quarter. 10-7 to score. MSJ will go on the defense and try not to allow that late basket here to end the quarter by Bellows Falls. LeBeau, great spot on the floor, didn't finish it. They rushed it. The offensive rebound, and they're starting to get on the boards now a little bit more. Bellows Falls is 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 12-7 Bellows Falls. And Patton, that's going to count if it goes. Then the offensive putback, and they're calling a block, no foul. So that will be the quarter, and a good quarter at JV basketball. It's going to be Bellows Falls 12 and MSJ 7. Here, this opening 3 minutes of the second quarter for MSJ. And yes, I know it's very early in the contest. They're down by 5, but again, they're a team that, though they've been improving, their confidence can quickly go away from them if they get too far down. So they need to make a couple buckets or some defensive stops here in the opening 3.5, 4 minute span. Bellows Falls will come out. They'll get that defensive rebound, and they'll get the setup shot here. There's no shot clock in the state of Vermont, so they don't have to worry about that, these players. And that's going to be taken away by Steves, and she'll bring it out to Patton. So Patton will go to the point, and again, Bellows Falls has been sitting up in that 2-3 zone defense the whole ballgame. They made a change, and Tisdale might have traveled. Yep. She turned and wanted to go right through the top of the 2-3, and they just collapsed down on her. And now there's some pressure in the backcourt by the Mouse. We've seen that earlier in the contest, MSJ, with some different looks defensively, and that's a good thing. They're learning some different schemes defensively. And boy, they had Smith open for a shot, gave it back to LeBeau, and she kind of stutter-stepped and fired up a wild one. And Patton will take the rebound. He came down wicked hard off the iron, and with a minute to go here, or a minute gone by here in this first portion of the second quarter, team's trying to get a little more fluid out there, and ease on for a 2-pointer, and that's going to be picked up by Tisdale. Goes to the floor, saves it to Conley, to Steves, and that'll rim out on her offensive. Looking a little bit better, more for their shots. They're being more confident as far as, you notice they're catching and shooting. They weren't doing that early in the year. Nobody would take the shot. Now they got players that are taking the shots, and hopefully those will start to drop for them. And there's a turnover, maybe a turnover, possibly. Nope. They'll take the bounce, go back Bellows Falls' way, and they'll just kick it on this side, and that's going to be off the glass. No good. Long rebound on the weak side will come down to LeBeau. She'll pump fake once, put it up the second time, and that's going to be, boy, that's one thing MSJ's got to really worry about right now is they'll get the ball back right here, but they're starting to give up a lot of offensive rebounds. Second chances, third chances. And you can see the ball being, again, no pressure. Patton bringing the ball down. 6:12 to go in the second quarter. 12-7. That was the score at the break between quarters, and that's where we're at right now. Tisdale with the grab, and she'll kick it back out. Patton cut off by LeBeau, and she'll just bring it back around. And Steves is here between circles. There's the outlet to Steves. The bees on, and off the front of the rim, and ball will be squirting out. It'll come to LeBeau. She might not have a good enough grip on it to keep it, and we're going to have a purple basketball. Yep. On the possession arrow, we'll go down to Bellows Falls, and it'll be taken out of bounds by number 20, Sermola. And Sermola looking for Smith. They're playing denial on her, and boy, they almost got the 5 count. LeBeau came back down to help out. She got in front of the defender, created a passing lane, and LeBeau cut out by Tisdale. Nice step out by Tisdale. That ball's going to come back to Perry, and Perry will bring it back to Smith. Smith, there's a little lob down inside. It was well defended, but Bellows Falls, again, getting the bounce to go their way, and she got down inside. She's going to do it. Nope, she took the shot, and it was the right idea because she, at that point on the floor, she's below the free throw line. That's a good time to take the shot. So we're at 5:17 to go in this second quarter play. The Mounties go to Bizon, and it's going to be a little bit tall. And for Bellows Falls, checking in the contest will be number 22, Rentis, so Savannah Rentis. We're going to have a Bellows Falls timeout with 5:10 to go. 12-7, Bellows Falls with the lead in this JV basketball game on Munger Vision. I'm taken by Bellows Falls in the basketball game, and it's going to result in a turnover. And oh, that drives the coach nuts right there. They called the timeout, they come out of the timeout, and they turn the basketball over. And Bizon lane. It looks like she'll bring the ball into play. Number 15, named here, Bizon. She's going to baseline now. John Kelly, Dick Densmore, the officials in today's JV basketball game. And Patton with the catch. When, again, Smith, nice job of moving her feet to get back defensively. This is Steves with the ball. Boy, Tisdale open. Will dribble in for a little bit closer. Shot won't go. Tisdale tipped it. Patton will get there, take the bump. No call on the contact. And Tisdale looking for the sheer open on the wing, over on that elbow again. She was looking for the pass, and he get it to her, and now they'll swing the ball to Steves. The Tisdale baseline, and defense reacts and takes away an open look for her. And Bizon to Steves. And again, you weren't seeing the patience earlier in the season from the JV squad like this. They were forcing the issue and panicking. Now they're setting things up, and that was a good shot, just didn't go, and we're going to have a foul called. Got a kick called down there. That's what the news you're calling Sermola. Yeah, so we're going to call it that's a rare call in basketball. John Kelly comes up with quite a few of those rare calls. Not that he's wrong. He just sees it all. Oh, traveler fall. They're going to give the fall to MSJ, and that'll be Patton picking up the fall. And you're going to see Bizon pressure the basketball. It's Sermola bringing the ball into play, number 20. And they're going to they overpassed again. They're trying to lead to the inside. Yeah. And there'll be another turnover. MSJ and Bellows Falls in a scoreless second quarter. It was 12-7 at the breaks, 12-7 now, and you got Galwet, 21, coming in the ball game, and Ojala, number 13, checking in for MSJ. And they're going to allow the sub here. It's going to be Courtney Parker, number 13, for Bellows Falls, coming in. So everybody in the basketball game all set now. And again, it's been a 2-3 zone right from the opening touch here for Bellows Falls. They haven't made any changes defensively. Tisdale, no. Tisdale, no. One more time. No, it got stripped away from behind, and she'll chase down the loose basketball, and this will be a multiple possession trip for MSJ. And boy, they had 3 shots and couldn't get any of them to cooperate with them. This is Smith. Great pass, and the finish. That was a great pass from Marissa Smith, number 11 of Bellows Falls. Lead goes to 7 at 14-7, and we're at the midway point of this second quarter of play. And they're extending the points on the top of that zone a little bit. And Galwet with the catch, and she'll spin around. And Galwet doubled, will kick the ball back. Steves to Ojala. It's a tough pass for Ojala. She was down low, and that's going to be reached out, tipped away, and a steal. Up and good! Oh my goodness, Parker. You talk about a rainmaker. That was one right there. 16-7, and it's a 4-point run right now for Bellows Falls, and the largest lead of the basketball game at 9 points right now, and it's going to be Ojala, and the Mounties are a team that needs to score now. I don't care how many quarters left. They need to stop now, but they need to start getting some points on, because like I said, their confidence goes away fast. Their young group got carried the basketball, came upon Smith, and she palmed or carried it, whatever you want to call it. And that'll be Galwet in the backcourt with Ojala. Yeah, and Ojala, well, the touch shot, she's going to bring it up herself now. I wasn't sure, because sometimes they trade it off here. And with Patton on the bench, if she was in the ballgame, she would have brought the basketball up. And they'll go to Tisdale, and again, everything kind of getting a little bit up high offensively. Ojala passed up the open look, then the defense on that side, that zone sagged down on her. And Galwet comes up between circles, will make the catch, split the defense, goes inside the paint, got stripped of the basketball, got a hold of it, lost it, and it's going to be Bellows Falls with the ball up ahead too far. She couldn't, oh my goodness, great save. She couldn't get the ball for the shot, but she was able to save the basketball. And Bizon coming back in the contest for Steves, for MSJ. You see the switch off right there. And it's going to be ball slide out for Bellows Falls. That's going to be number 20 taking the ball out of bounds, Sermola. Got Marissa Smith. And stolen away by Galwet. She came up top undetected, and she's trying to get the steps down and foul. Smith came hustling back, and she fouled her on the layup. And it's going to be 2 shots for Galwet, and we're going to make her earn it here from the free throw line. So that will stop the clock with 2:46 to go, and MSJ looking for their first points of the second quarter. So Bellows Falls outscoring him here on a 4-0 run in this second quarter to push the lead to 9. Galwet will front rim it, and she'll get another chance here. She'll look, take her time, get set, and no, didn't get either shot to drop down, and it stays at 16-7, Bellows Falls. Galwet with the good defense, able to keep the ball from going down low on the dribble, and right there they stopped the penetration, and that's, I don't know how it got there, but it found a spot. Blocked by Tisdale. Nothing but ball, and she got the big block. There's a defensive stop. Now they need to turn it around and gain momentum off that defensive play and try to get in some offensive rhythm here. Galwet to Tisdale, and she'll dribble around the screen, take the running one-hander. It was on line, just short, and here comes LeBeau. LeBeau, she's got a lot of court in front of her, and boy, who's that? Conley? Yeah, Conley got back. Caroline did, and helped. Yeah, it's going to be off from Marissa Smith. So we will see Galwet and Ojala be the backcourt again as we're at the 2-minute 4-second mark left to play. And Patton coming back in the basketball game for MSJ. She's at the scorer's table right now. She'll be checking in for the next stoppage of play. And Galwet got it, 2-pointer. First points of the second quarter for MSJ. Now will cut the lead to 7 at 16-9. See Smith and Ojala. And Ojala and Smith, and it's going to be out from Smith's foot out of bounds. That was kind of a strange sequence right there. Okay, so after I had a timeout, I heard the coach say hustle over, but he just wanted to talk to Smith on the Bellows Falls sideline. So again, MSJ looking to put together a little run right now. It won't take much to get them right back in the ball game. The ball fake, the penetration, the seal, the backdoor pass, no good. Long rebound, and Smith has it and still has it. But she was in a lot of traffic and somehow still maintained possession of the basketball, and LeBeau will cross over and bring it down the top of the arc, and she'll pull it back between circles. And now the defense, well, yeah, it looked like they're coming to trap, and then they drop back down inside. I'm not really sure what they're playing defensively, and I'm not sure they were right there, because somebody came wide open for a bunny and didn't make the shot. And Ojala will push it forward, and it'll become Bellows Falls. Nice pass down inside, and didn't get the finish. That's Sermola, and again, boy, they had some quality chances there and just didn't get the finish. 16-9, and Patton, Brianna Patton, so saw her at the varsity soccer level, saw her in the theater, the drama department, for the play with Mrs. Bagley, and that's trying to use the glass. It was a little bit high in a tough angle, and then Conley went down, and Conley helped create that turnover by going down and pressuring the ball on the pass outside. Davis will come back in the contest for Bellows Falls. So everybody at Bellows Falls bench and the MSJ side have all seen playing time here. Just 33 seconds left in the quarter. And they'll give it back to Galwet, and that's a 3-ball. Nope. That would have been a big momentum swinger. Right now, they're going to just try and create a turnover. They do, and that's going to be, ricocheted off a couple different people. And it comes down to Smith. She make the crossover, got into open court, and she waits for the trailer on the play. 13 seconds on the clock. That shot's up and no good. Rebound went out from Smith's hands. They have plenty of time, 9 seconds. That's Ojala gets it to Patton, down to 6 seconds. Patton, aware of the time. She's looking to get it off to Ojala, and that's going to be short. We're going to have a 16-9 halftime score. Bellows Falls in the lead over MSJ's JV squad on Munger Vision on Channel 15 Sports. Johnny Killihan and the ball off will be set to go in the second half of play. Just underway 8-minute quarters. We're in the third quarter. It's a 7-point lead for Bellows Falls. And very important for MSJ to get off to a good start here in this third quarter. They played very well today. Steve's got it to Ojala, a little bit different route than they wanted to take, but she'll end up with the basketball. And they go down inside to Connolly, and she's got to get out of that paint. Yeah. See that though? She didn't force it. Steve's up, and no, it rims out on her. It was a good play all the way around, and the shot just wasn't cooperating. Here comes Ringwet, and she'll come down the floor, and she had a massive first quarter for Bellows Falls. Ringwet did, and that layup just stopped. And Ojala stopped the dribble, and she needs Patton, and she'll find Brianne Patton. And Patton now, after logging a lot of minutes in that first quarter, quarter and a half, got a little break toward the end of the second quarter. She'll come out fresh. Now Tisdale will get to start here in the third quarter, number 5 for MSJ, and that's Steve's 4. And I will read the roster one more time here in the second half for the MSJ JV squad. We're down to 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ojala, boy, again, they worked it around, they reversed the basketball, got to the open person, and one of the problems we're going to have with number 23 right there getting the basketball, and that's Edith Ringwet, is her size and experience, but physicality. She's a lot bigger. They're going to have to take that big gulp and step in front of her and take the charge, slow her down, and that's going to be Smith lobbing the ball down along the baseline, looking for LeBeau to go out of bounds, and it'll be MSJ basketball. So we'll have the Mounties with Ojala, number 13, back there, and Patton again. Bellows Falls has been sitting in that 2-3 zone, hasn't shown any wrinkle as far as a press or pressure in the backcourt coming up. And Galwet on the sideline line with Bees on for MSJ, and again Ojala with a nice look, and it's cold in the gym, and it's cold shooting right now too, and it's going to be a nice save on the far side. MSJ will get a second chance here to recycle the offense, and that'll be taken over. It was rejected actually by Ringwet, comes back to Patton. That will be a tough matchup on that side of the floor for Patton, just because Ringwet is so much physically bigger. Patton with the basketball, and 6:12 to go in the quarter, and Patton was working out the screen and lost the handle along the baseline. We'll pivot, and come back to Ojala. Patience against that zone. Patton will rim out on her. Again, shooting just off a tad bit here by MSJ, and here comes Ringwet in the open court, and you got to stop the ball up earlier than that, or Ringwet will push it down below the free throw line and just kiss that little 6-footer up and in, and it makes it 18-9 now off the basket by Ringwet. And for Bellows Falls coming in the ball game will be Sermola, number 20. No, that's not. That's number 30, Davis. Got to check the eyeballs out here, as MSJ had a 2-point second quarter, and again, they got to get hot. Again, that was a good shot, the right decision, a good look, and just didn't make the basket. And Connolly will slow the ball down, bringing it, and what happened? LeBeau stepped out of bounds. Yeah, she was trying to just go through a lot of bodies real tight to the sideline, and unless you're Jimmy McCaffrey or somebody, that doesn't usually work out for you. And so again, Patton will run the offense, and she stopped the dribble way up high. She has Steve's up top. She likes to go down to Tisdale, and she's going to be long and strong with that shot. And Davis, actually Sermola, the steals, and Steve's. Oh, I mean, again, I can't say it enough, but it happens in a ball game. You do everything right, but you just don't get the shots to drop, and that's what's happening in MSJ right now. Yeah, Steve's going to come up on the ball. They're going to show a different look now. They did press a couple times in that first half. They're going to go back to the press now. And they'll go to Smith, and that will squirt free. Mounties will have it. It'll be Conley, and they'll get it off now to Patton. See, Patton checked behind her for Smith. She didn't want to get the ball stolen away from the backside with defense coming up, and that's going to be Ojala. Steve thought about it. Pass tip still gets to Patton. It'll be short hop by Brianna Patton, and she got fouled in the crowd. Yep. Went through a bunch of people and got fouled. Blocking foul. Yeah, no shots coming up. There were no nobody was in the bonus in that first half, I believe, because the only shots came on fouled in the act of shooting. Number 22 coming in is Savannah Rentis, and she'll be in there for Bellows Falls. And Bizon at the score table. She'll be coming in for MSJ. Oh, Patton had it and lost it, and now Patton and what's it called? It's going to be MSJ basketball. Tisdale got in there and tied it up. Yeah, and then waiting for Bizon to come in. Yep, they're going to let Bizon come in. She'll take Tisdale's spot with 4:32 to go in the third quarter. Bizon was bombing away there in that first half, and I hope that doesn't change here in the second. I hope she gets the shot, takes the shot, because she had some good open looks. That's going to be an offensive rebound off the missed shot. Mounties will recycle, bring it down to Ojala. And again, they have had good shots. They're just cold, and she might get a little break right there. It looked like she took about 4 steps on the way to the basket. And it'll be last touched by Bellows Falls. 18-9, Bellows Falls JV squad lead. Patton with the catch, and that was long and strong, and it's going to be saved by Connolly. No, will not be saved by Connolly. It'll be last touched by Connolly, out of bounds, or Rangwet will have to get over the outstretched arms of Steves, and they're able to. Oh, they got a break there as they lost the handle on it, and were able to get it to a teammate somehow. And you see Bellows Falls will get the ball into Rangwet's hands. That will be picked up by Steve. Steves over the logo at mid-court, and Steves will not be able to get. Oh, that thing's got eyeballs. Stayed away from her. So she had to steal and then gave it back on a turnover, and we'll have Edith Ringwet take the ball out of bounds. And Marissa Smith coming back in the basketball game for Bellows Falls, number 11. She's a good ball handler, and they're bringing her back in with this press situation along with Courtney Parker, number 13. So they'll be in the backcourt with Ringwet. And Smith came back, made herself available for the pass, and she'll get into the front court. Nice catch. Ringwet up, and no. Rebound. Ringwet came in from the top of the shot and kept it alive, but it'll be Bizon it'll wrestle it away. And we've got LeBeau coming back at number 34 for Bellows Falls, and this is Patton with it for MSJ. Ojala, no. Boy, I tell you, keep firing away though. Patton fouled Smith. Yep. Okay, so it's going to be ball out of bounds, side out. LeBeau will come in now for Perry for Bellows Falls. So the Terriers JV squad in those purple uniforms, very recognizable, very familiar. And Smith with the catch, and she'll be able to break the timeline with no problem. We're down to 3:26 to go in the third quarter, and she was looking to drive the ball down inside, and she did. And LeBeau with the finish. Tell you, that was just having a little bit of eyes on the basketball so could see his way through all those hands. And it'll go 20-9 now. MSJ down by 11. Tisdale will be coming back in the ball game for the Mounties in just a moment. Steves with the catch. Steves goes to Bizon, and of course they'll drop down on that 2-3 zone on the wing like that and double the basketball. And Patton this time passes up the shot. She wants to drive baseline, and good reaction sliding over, taking that baseline away, and Steve's shot missed. Bizon's shot blocked, and the ball will come down to Bellows Falls. It'll be Ringwet, long pass front court, tipped away from the intended target by Ojala to Conley, and she'll go to Patton. So the defense for MSJ getting back in good position in transitional defense. Just again, they're just cold from the field shooting right now. To Ojala, to Bizon, no. Patton got inside position and jump ball. I think it's going to be Bellows Falls basketball. Yeah, and it will be. As Sermola will come in number 20 for Bellows Falls, and Tisdale now in the basketball game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Patton will come out. So they had 6 on the floor, and Patton will come out for MSJ. Boy, and Smith has got some numbers right now. MSJ, a lot of people in the backcourt, and boy, again, ball just went to the right place, right time. LeBeau, no. And back up, no. MSJ's done a better job here in his third quarter of limiting those second chances by Bellows Falls, even though the Terrier is able to get a couple chances there and unable to convert. And that's blocked. Connolly definitely got a piece of it. That's a blocked basketball. And Tisdale, I don't know how she did it, but she came up with the ball, and there was about 10 pairs of arms down there grabbing for it. And Ojala is going to go to the point now, and this will be the first time Ojala's ran the point in the basketball game. Very versatile player, Ojala is, and she'll come out to Conley. She's thinking, and she came back up top. Ojala to Tisdale. She'll catch fire and got it! There you go. 20-11, lead down to 9, and Smith with the catch, and MSJ trying to pick up the intensity now with the defense. Ojala does. She'll get the steal. She'll go down to paint. Ojala foul, puts it up. She should be getting some shots here. Oh no, is he going to stay on the floor though? 2 shots. Nope. No, I got thinking I could have actually gone either way, on the floor or in the shot. But they're going to give her shots, and it's tight. It's when you got 11 points in 3 quarters, free throws are big. Got a chance to get scores here, and nobody guarding you, and she's a little off with it. They're going to bring in number 22 now for Bellows Falls. That's Savannah Rentas, and Rentas coming in for Parker for Bellows Falls. That's good. So she'll get 1 and 2, and they're chipping away. They got the lead down to 8. And boy, Ojala is making a big impact. Oh yeah, her toe. That's a good call by John Kelly. Her foot was out of bounds. But Ojala is starting to get the momentum here built up for MSJ. Only down 8. LeBeau to Smith. And yep, she'll not only get it in the front court, she'll get fouled by Bizon. Yeah. Got to push on Bizon and get no shots coming up yet for either side. And with 1:27 to go in the 3rd quarter, LeBeau will take the ball out of bounds. Smith working with Ojala against now. Ojala had to pick the last time. See Ojala kind of measuring her distance there, and boy, I tell you what, you know what? They wanted a foul on Bellows Falls. That was actually a backcourt because that was not tipped in the backcourt by the defensive player. Ojala didn't touch it. It went off from Smith, and then Smith dove in the backcourt and dove on the ball. She was the first to touch it and the last to touch it. So a little break there for Bellows Falls. They'll get a bucket off it. 59 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Steves to Tisdale on the baseline. Tisdale wants to take the baseline and had the ball slapped away by Rentas. Well, Ojala had a look, pass it up. Bizon's due. Nope. And Conley had a hand on it. Couldn't control it. Here comes Renquet, and she's got, well, good thing she lost the dribble. She had the advantage. Oh, nice look. And no finish. Rebound. No. One more time. No. Renquet blocked by Tisdale, fouled by Tisdale. And that's an easy one to explain. Just too many second chances, and they finally cash it in and get the foul, and should have Renquet going to the free throw line. Yeah, number 23, Edith Renquet at the line for Bellows Falls with 34 seconds on the clock. And the Terriers will make a switch here at the 2nd shot. They're going to bring number, well, I don't have a 21, so I couldn't tell you who she is. There's always one on the roster that doesn't make it. And Renquet will try to salvage 1 or 2 here, and yeah, they're going to bring Sermola out. So lead at 10 at 22-12, 34.5 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. 3 team fouls on MSJ, 2 on Bellows Falls, and Renquet. No, missed them both. And MSJ, again, wrong place, wrong time. They tipped the ball away from each other. The putback by LeBeau, I don't know if she missed it, but she did. And the Mounties catch a break there. And with 30 seconds to go, if they can just get the lead down to 8 going into the 4th quarter, they're right there in the ball game. You're hoping some of those shots that won't drop now will start to drop in the 4th quarter. Oh, and Ojala will get it. That was a tough pass. It came up around her shoulder, and she was able to chase it down. And boy, I tell you what, Renquet read it, took it, stole it, and it was just good anticipation. Now here's the push down the floor. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, and swish. Big turnaround there. Went from a chance for an 8-point deficit to a 12-point deficit. And that'll be the quarter. 24-12. Bellows Falls with the lead in JV basketball action on Munger Vision. So Bizon and the Mounties will take the basketball out of bounds to start what could be the final quarter of play here. And Andrea Bizon will have Christy Ojala in the back court, where Ojala had a very strong 3rd quarter for MSJ. See if she can carry that momentum over here into the 4th. Patton out there. That's Patton with the ball. Boy, Patton just got a blocking foul called. Yeah. It's going to be on Sermola, and no shots yet for MSJ. It's only the 3rd team foul on Bellows Falls. Remember, nobody hit the bonus situation in that first half either. It's been a very, actually, relatively clean playing. Not a lot of whistles, not a ton of turnovers, and they're going to bring Renquet right back in the basketball game for Bellows Falls. And she's actually been the difference in the JV contest, has been Renquet. Now play toss and catch back and forth, and they go up top. That's Ojala with the catch, and boy, the zone a little more active than it was earlier in the ball game. And boy, the ball fake up fall. Yeah, you can get a hand slap, and shots coming up for Patton, and Rainquet in agreement with the official. Yet in 2 shots. Okay. So Patton, not that the 7.5 minutes isn't a lot of time. It's just that you've got to double the score. You've gotten 12 points in 3 quarters. Now you got to score 12 just to tie. So free throw is huge here as far as getting some points, and it won't happen. She'll get a second chance here. Now it's just a little bit too much juice on it. Went off the back of the rim and got that one. Okay. Now that defense was doing a lot better with this press. Let's see if they can keep up that pressure. This is going to be Parker, and they'll throw over to Rainquet, and that's what they want to really handle the basketball. And she'll take it. It's a 2-ball, and it's going to be short, and it'll go to the far corner. Nobody touched it for MSJ. It'll become Bellows Falls basketball. Sorry, it'll become MSJ basketball. Nobody touched it. Bellows Falls took the shot. Yeah, so Ojala, we took over the point duty halfway through the 3rd quarter, carries that into the 4th quarter. And I think it's a good decision. She was hot, stay with her. Boy, good look, and didn't fall for offensive rebound. Patton and the crowd will dribble it out, and they'll recycle. That's a good idea. Patton, no. And again, that was a good shot. Galwet got the rebound. That's to Ojala. Yes! They got the bucket. They got a couple offensive rebounds, and then got the basket. And going to a full timeout taken. 24-15. Mounties will cut the lead down to 9 now. It's 6:59 to go in the 4th quarter. Taken by Bellows Falls. Boy, they got tongue lashing over there from the coach. They're up by 9. That's LeBeau with the ball, and they were able to go on the far side of the court against the press, which had overloaded this near side, and they're able to get it up in the front court. No problem this time. LeBeau with 6:50 to go, being chased around by Galwet, and they need some help defense, and they'll put the shot up, and they let the rebound hit the floor, and will be taken back over by Bellows Falls. That's LeBeau steps inside her defender and foul. She's heading to the line. She got inside of the defensive player for the Mounties, and there's going to be Galwet. So at the line will be LeBeau, number 34, and it'll be 2 shots coming up, and they'll stop the clock with 6:39 to go. 4th quarter score, and again, the website for Channel 15 is www.pegtv.com, located in the building 24 in the House Center. Phone number 747-0151, and that's no good. They're going to allow Smith to come back in the ball game. Smith, wearing number 11 for Bellows Falls, will replace Courtney Perry. I can tell you, both sides have gotten good production out of their switches when they made a substitution coming in off either bench. They've done a nice job contributing. And 1 and 2 will drop through, and they'll make it back to a 10-point lead at 25-15 Bellows Falls. Here we've had Patton, Galwet, and now that's the big time block. Comes right back, and now Ojala all run the point. And that's really good. You get everybody familiar with the position, so you can switch them in and out. Plus, they can start thinking like that. Ojala, see that? I mean, there's just nothing but cold shooting there, and that's how you stop the ball from getting the quick push down the floor. Maybe a little bit more squared up on the step-in, but that's a start right there. And Tisdale will be checking in for MSJ right now. And Bizon will come out. Tisdale will come in, and all is taking place with 6:14 to go in regulation. And Smith will make the grab, and that's Tisdale in the backcourt. That's off from Smith's leg. She'll pick it up, and there's the steal. Conley, Galwet, no. Tisdale taken out of her hands. Conley had it, lost it. A couple Mounties on the floor, and I guess that really epitomized the cold shooting I was talking about. They each had makeable shots, and lo and behold, somehow they didn't get them. And Rainquet up, and Rainquet one more time. No, it'll be foul down inside. Yeah, so it's going to be a foul on Simola. And now Rent is coming back in the basketball game for Smith. So Smith had a very short visit to the court that time. Again, just 10-point deficit, 5:48 to go, but they got to make some of these. They've got to hope some of these shots will start to drop for them. Patton, yes, he got it. Oh, I had to hang on the rim with the ball because the way their luck had gone, I thought that would probably find a way to come back out. But again, they're only down 8. They're right there. They're right in it. I'll tell you what, LeBeau found an opening all the way down to the baseline, took the shot, and then we have a foul. And I believe it's going to be on Tisdale. Yeah, Tisdale with the push from behind, and that's only the 5th team foul, so it'll just be possession foul. The ball will go out of bounds to Bellows Falls in this JV contest. They want the box play. They wanted to break inside. Boy, I tell you, it's got to come quick because they did have a player open and didn't get her the basketball. Tisdale the rebound off the missed shot, and MSJ with a chance to bring it down to at least 6 here. And Ojala to Patton. Oh yeah, I tell you, it's easy to keep your intensity up when you're actually in the ball game. Patton with the running one-hander off the glass and in, and it's down to 6 points now, 25-19. And yes, like I said, it's so much easier to still be playing hard when you're in the contest. When you're in the fourth quarter, you're down by 30 or 40. It really is hard, and it's understandably hard. And who did it go off from? Oh, went off from MSJ out of bounds. They almost had the steal. And Smith will come into the ball game for Bellows Falls and replace Simola. And Conley coming out for MSJ. Steves will take her spot, and we're going to have a timeout taken by Bellows Falls. 6-point deficit for the Mounties. Patiently awaiting MSJ to come on out and get in a defensive position on the floor, and 6-point deficit, 4:52 to go. The Mounties making a late charge here in the ball game, trying to get the win. And Renquet up and no rebound. Tisdale, 1 and out. Patton to Ojala. Ojala's done a nice job of really running the offense from the point. But you got a lot more options because they put Patton and Galwet in. And that gives them another chance to, in case Ojala gets cut off, to have some more ball handlers out there. And boy, MSJ, that time the possession got away from them. And it'll be Renquet with the basketball. That's Steves on her defensively, and they'll bring it back to Smith. Ojala tips it away. She's got a chance at the layup. And oh, yeah, hit one of those funny spots on the rubber floor here, and it came up over his shoulder. And oh, another opportunity right under their fingertips. They couldn't. This time the floor didn't cooperate with them. Simola back in the ball game. Rentas coming out, and taking the ball out of bounds will be Davis, number 30. Smith came back, made the. Oh, look at Ojala with another steal to Steves. Steves wheels, block, clean block, all ball. And then Galwet got down there, and she made the steal, and she'll dribble it out of the baseline area, bring it back to Patton. Patton with that good first step, and Smith stayed right with her, sealed her out. They'll come back to Galwet, and that's a 3 ball. That's too long. Tisdale couldn't get to it. Steves there defensively, and she got a piece of it, but still LeBeau able to get it back to Renquet. And on the crossover, the dribble got killed, and she'll give the ball over to LeBeau. 3:42 to go. It's been a lot of action here in the fourth quarter. Mounties have chipped the lead down to 6, and LeBeau pump fake, didn't put the shot up. We'll bring it back up top, and there's the grab by Davis. And Davis will come back to Smith, and Smith now will pull the ball back out between circles. They'll set their offense up. Oh, I'll tell you, they had wide open, number 30, and now they just made the correction and brought Patton over. They're going to have how many times? He's got to be nearing his timeout limit here. It's another timeout by Bellows Falls. Left for MSJ in the basketball game, 1 left for Bellows Falls, and Smith with the ball right here against Ojala. She's helped get the game turned back around for MSJ into a manageable situation with her defense. She's made a lot of steals up there at the top of that zone, and she's out there on Smith right now. MSJ looking for a defensive stop right here, and 3-second call. They got a good call, hometown call right there, and they'll get the 3-second call. Oh, I'll be honest with you, you could call that in JV level probably 15 times a game. So that was a nice spot in the game to get the call. Oh, Patton on the drive up, and no! She had a good little running one-hander. Ojala will pick it up, put it up, and no! She might have rushed it, and it's going to be saved, but unfortunately right back into Davis, and she'll come out to Smith. Smith down the sideline, Smith. With Steves trying to get back. Yeah, see Steves wheel off. She wants to go her side of the floor, and Ojala will pick up at the top of the zone against Smith. And oh, she almost able to get the pick again. This is LeBeau. LeBeau at the free throw line gives it back, and Renquet on the baseline. The shot no good, and the rebound comes down to Tisdale. Mounties looking for a bucket with 2:23 to go in the basketball game. Oh, this is one of those things where you're starting to count possessions now, even without a shot clock. They need points off this possession, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. Galwet, no, rebound on the floor. Ojala will pick it up at the free throw line, go back to Galwet. She got in below the free throw line, and I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass, but it ends up being in Renquet's hand. So here comes Bellows Falls on the break. They slow it down. The defense now back into position, and we're down to 1:52 to go. Nobody's in a bonus situation yet, foul-wise, and that's going to be foul right there. That'll be the 6th foul on Bellows Falls, and it'll be LeBeau picking up the foul, and Patton the recipient of the foul, and it's going to be just possession here. Yep. So it's 6 fouls now. The next foul committed by Bellows Falls, other than a player control foul being called, will be shots, a 1-on-1 for MSJ. Of course, lesser foul than the act of shooting, then naturally that's 2. But that would just be stating the obvious. Minute 46 to go, and again, they're getting second chance opportunities here, and they got to, blocked out of there. Ranquet just sitting back on the baseline on that 2-3 zone, hammered it. And look at the steal by Steves, and she will be fouled. Count it! She got the bucket! Steves with the basket, the foul. Oh yeah, big smiles. When you're in the ball game, everything works better for you. Your intensity levels up, your confidence gets better, you're enjoying the game. 25-21, MSJ with a chance to cut it to a 3-point ball game right here. And that also, not that it pertains to this, but that was also the 7th foul. So this is because of the foul after the shot right here. And no. Gowett up and got it! She got it! It's a 25-23 ball game. MSJ down by just 2, and here's the press. Smith will chase it down, and almost stolen away by who else? Ojala out there. Minute 16 to go in the basketball game. Mounties JV squad looking for the win. Foul on the drive. It's only the 6th foul. It's going to be on the baseline, out of bounds. 1-0. It's Patton that will pick up the foul. Yeah, and you can see number 30 out there, Davis. We'll take it out on the baseline for Bellows Falls. The catch by Ranquet, and no, and Ranquet's cooled off here in this 4th quarter. Here comes Gowett. Now they got to stay in control. I know they're a little jacked being right in the ball game, but they got to don't over be on adrenaline for the tie. Got it! It's tied at 25. The shot came from Patton. It's 25 all. Ojala almost got the turnover, and it's going to be pushed forward, and it's going to be dribbled on the sideline. Yeah, it's going to be Bellows Falls ball. 43.9 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. We're tied at 25. They were down by 12 at the end of 3, and they're able to come all the way back and tie this thing up. Ojala gambled on the steal, got in the line of vision, almost screened out Smith, and tipped away in the backcourt by Ojala. 36 seconds to go in the basketball game. LeBeau for the lead, fouled. They're sending her to the line. Again, that was a good play by Bellows Falls. They pushed the ball in down low along the baseline. Usually when you get the ball in that deep, something good's going to happen for you, and it's going to be 2 shots coming up for LeBeau. Connolly at the scores table getting set to check in for MSJ, and there's a lot of side stories here. I don't know why he's letting her in. Was that 5? Okay. Okay, yeah, because that's 2-shot foul. I know why she's coming out. Okay. So Patton will fall out. Okay. Thank you, Logan. And she'll be a little bit off with that one. Okay, the only question I had was because Patton came out with a 2-shot foul. He usually wait till the 2nd shot, but she picked up 5 fouls, so she's out of the ball game now. Oh, there's a lane violation, so they're going to give him back to 2 shots. And she got it. Okay, this will make it a bucket lead. Now the big thing here too is if you miss a shot, you still have to box out and get the rebound if you're MSJ. 26-25 Bellows Falls. And that's a violation, didn't hit the rim. MSJ had the ball, and there's still not going to be any pressure in the backcourt. So the Mounties, with 32 seconds to go, will they hold for the last possession? I don't think so. I would just let the game come to me naturally like they have been. And they'll come back up top. This is for the lead. Got it! Steve's got it! Mounties lead 27-26. Oh, the timeout taken by Bellows Falls, and the MSJ JV squad with an improbable lead at 27-26. They're besides themselves. They don't know what to do with the lead this late in the ball game. They were down by 12 at the end of 3, and they're up by 1 now with 18 seconds to go. And I can't tell you, you can see how giddy they are over having the lead. I believe it'd be their first win of the season, but just to be in the ballgame, I told you at the beginning of the broadcast, I've seen steady improvement with them. throughout the season. And you've seen it in this game. They were patient. They ran through the offense. They didn't get frustrated. They took shots. Even if they didn't drop, they were open. They still shot. And what I tell you about those shots that didn't drop the first 3 quarters because it was just cold shooting, usually that has a tendency to, you get heating up, some of those shots start to drop. And that's what we have here. And they've spread the scoring around. 27-26, MSJ will be on the defense and see if they'll go back to the full court press. Bellows Falls, I believe, took their last timeout, so if they can't get the ball in bounds, they don't have a timeout to call. And everybody's in a bonus situation, 7 fouls apiece, so you're okay, Logan, you're all right. Hey, just don't waste all your energy doing this for the game, though. So Davis will take the ball out of bounds. And they're going to put Galwet on the basketball, coming in for the pass. Yeah, Renquet with the basketball. That's Steve's on her, and Renquet with a quick push. 14 seconds on the clock. Renquet will get to the elbow. She'll spin inside, and it will rim out. Tisdale coming down with it. Who's got it? Oh, it's going to be Bellows Falls basketball with 7.5 seconds to go. And they do. They got to go zone inside here. Don't give up the bunny shot on the inbounds pass. And they are going to put somebody on the basketball. And up and fall with 4.9 seconds to go. They got the ball to Renquet on the blocks. And I told you the JV games were always wild affairs. Renquet at the line. Yes, they do. Yeah. 2 shots. This is for the tie from Renquet. If you had to pick somebody off Bellows Falls, be in a situation, take the shots, you'd pick Renquet. And she's tied it up at 27 all. And this is for the lead right here. Same thing. Rebounds are big off a missed free throw on us. You get the putback right here, but gotta see what happens with the shot. Got it. 28-27 Bellows Falls. They didn't call timeout. Yeah, they called timeout now with 2.5 seconds to go. And yeah, this is tough because 2.5 seconds to go, down 1. And the ball will be side out by the scores table, I believe. Well, got a lot of options because you have Galwet and Ojala can hit from the 3-point spot. You can also go take a long pass and bring it down inside to an interior player like Tisdale, and she might get fouled and go to the line, but 2.5 seconds to go. Your first thing you got to worry about is get the ball in bounds. And any foul committed will send MSJ to the line. You know, other than, of course, the obvious single player control foul. So, but you wouldn't have that defensively anyways, but. Okay. There's the buzzer, and the drama unfolds here, and the Mounties JV squad with their best effort by far. And somebody's got to take the ball out of bounds, Ojala says. And it's going to be Steve's. Defensively, I would put Renquet on the pass in bounds. She's a big target to get the ball over. No, they're going to leave the ball uncovered. So, it comes down to this. See Ojala trying to cheat it over a little bit. There's the catch. They'll get it off to Galwet for the win. No! Bellows Falls will hold on, but a great effort by MSJ. And it's going to be Bellows Falls JV with the win, 27-28 over MSJ. Just a great ball game, great effort, well officiated, well coached. Get out there.